Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to Business. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Now, as part of its commitment to deepening local content participation, oil exploration firm Tullow Ghana has awarded contracts to the tune of $240 million to indigenous companies representing about 31% of its total spending. According to the firm, this is part of efforts to empower Ghanaian professionals to contribute to the socio-economic development of the country. Executive Vice President of Tullow Oil PLC, Kwekwa Otwi, spoke to Joy Business at a local content recognition dinner where Tullow rewarded 30 local suppliers for their dedication to local content development in the country.
So I think the good news is that there is a conversation going on. There is no question that the use is cheaper than the use of.
We will bring the full version of that interview in our subsequent bulletins. Now, the finance minister in the 2020 budget statement disclosed that government had secured $250 million from the World Bank as part of resources to operationalize a national development bank. Government says this is a key step in dealing with lending to productive sectors of the economy. But what do players in the productive sector also believe? CEO of AGI says Chuma Kwabwa spoke on a business edition of PM Express on JoyNews last night.
And the areas he's mentioned are very important. He's talking about NIB, for example, being supported, ADB. These are critical financial institutions for development. NIB for industrial development, ADB for agricultural development. The entire chain must work. And then they are coming up with a development bank. And indeed, the essence of having a development bank is to be able to give a different kind of funding, not the typical commercial lending, which is short-term in nature, very short moratorium, with very high interest rates and all that. So if you're able to have effective development bank, it means that it's going to intervene in the area of long-term funding. And if you want to do one district, one factory, it is so critical that you have a kind of financing arrangement that supports it. Bear in mind that if you take the one district, one factory, for example, most of them are startups, because the industries are not already existing in the district. That's why we say one district, one factory. So they are basically new industries that are going to be set up. Meanwhile, when you go to the normal commercial banks, they are going to be asking for, your 3 year or so, 3 to 5 years, 3 to 5 years financial records and all that. And you don't have that. And therefore, you need a kind of financing mechanism that is project-oriented, that is able to take a bit of risk, and look more into the future instead of the past. So, and you need a development bank to do that. So doing so will help a great deal.
And that's business for now. There'll be more business in our subsequent bulletins. Have a good morning.